Let's execute this. Suppose we are asked to calculate the average time interval between the registration date and the first transaction date of customers. The transaction data is stored in the transactions table, while the registration details are in the users table. We cannot directly perform a left join on these two tables because we need to make some modifications to the transactions table first. We must use group by on the national code column and apply the aggregation function min on the date column. Since we need the first transaction date for each individual, we use min to return the smallest date value for each national code. For convenience, we assign a new alias to this column. In this case, all first transaction dates happen to be the same by coincidence. From the users table, we only need to select two columns. Now, how do we join these two queries? We use a common table expression, CTE. Essentially, we assign a name to a query, allowing us to treat it as if it were a new table. The first query is modified accordingly, and then we attach the second query to it. Now, we can write the left join. After the left join, we specify the name of the CTE above and join it with users on the national code column. Additionally, in the select statement, we list the column names we want to display. We must explicitly specify the table name before national code. Since both tables contain this column, we need to clarify its source. Also, note that columns from the CTE should be referenced using their alias, in this case, first transaction date. Now that the join is complete, we need to subtract register date from first transaction date to get the difference. As you can see, the new column is not in numerical format, but we need it as a numeric value. To achieve this, we must convert both columns from datetime to date. This is done by appending two colons and word date after each column name. The new column is now in numerical format. Finally, we need to compute the average of this diff date column. To do this, we remove the other columns from the select statement and wrap the entire difference calculation inside the AVG function. Upon execution, we obtain the average interval as a numeric value. We can also divide this result by 365 to approximately express the interval in years. Tell me, what is your solution?